Hi, I'm Jennifer Bourne, and I'm so glad that you're here. Today, I want to talk about client onboarding. More specifically, what client onboarding is and what should be included in an effective new client onboarding process. Now, every service provider wants their clients to feel empowered and happy. They want them to feel comfortable and to have an extraordinary experience, one that turns them into raving fans who refer you to their friends, their colleagues, and their social networks. Creating an extraordinary client experience begins the minute a new client signs their contract and pays a deposit. It begins with the onboarding process. As onboarding has become a more widely understood concept, it's also become a little bit of a buzzword, and somewhere along the way, people began confusing onboarding with positioning and lead generation. Creating a portfolio, showcasing testimonials and case studies, making your website easy to use, using dedicated inquiry forms to capture leads, and actually getting prospects to fill out that inquiry form are part of the prospecting and lead generation process. That's part of your larger sales and marketing process. These items are not part of a client onboarding strategy because the target for this content is not a client, it's a prospect. Onboarding deals with your actual paying clients. It begins when the contract is signed and the deposit is paid and ends when the work begins. But what actually is client onboarding, you may wonder? Client onboarding is the process of welcoming new clients into your business, getting them up to speed, all so you can work together effectively, get all of the information that you need, and have a great relationship. During the onboarding process, new clients acquire the necessary knowledge, understanding, and tools needed to be a good client. And you acquire the necessary knowledge, understanding, and tools needed to be a good service provider. At the most basic level, client onboarding is simply a fancy name for the process of getting started with a new client and completing all of the project kickoff tasks. It isn't meant to replace or eliminate personal interactions with your clients, but to supplement and enhance them. A new client onboarding process is designed to welcome clients and set the tone for a successful project, to educate clients so they feel confident answering your questions and making decisions throughout the project, to equip clients to feel confident in their communication and feel comfortable asking for help when they need it, to provide clients extra value through bonuses and tools designed to help them be a better client and get the most out of their time with you, to remind clients of the expectations and the boundaries that exist, and to share what will happen next and what you need the client to do. A step-by-step onboarding system is proven to increase confidence and satisfaction, to improve productivity and performance, and reduce stress and confusion. And not just for clients, but for service providers too, because it prepares your clients to work together. How your clients feel about the start of your project will set the tone for the long-term relationship. If it doesn't go smoothly, overcoming uneasy and negative feelings is very, very difficult. Clients want to feel good about their decision to invest with you. Starting out with a clear process and detailed communication will help solidify their confidence in you, reaffirm the fact that hiring you was a great choice, and eliminate any confusion over scope of work, terms, availability, and what happens next. Setting clear expectations is a key part of onboarding. Establishing your boundaries, communicating your process, and providing education is all part of that process. There's no time like the beginning of the project to make sure all stakeholders are on the same page. Being crystal clear about expectations and boundaries up front can reduce or even eliminate potential hurdles and avoid sticky situations later in the project. When setting expectations, you need to communicate your role and your team members' roles, what your clients can expect from you and your commitment to them, what is expected of your client and their commitment to you. the process that you'll be following throughout the project and what comes next, your availability and boundaries and expected turnaround times, how the revision process works, how scope creep and contract enforcement will be managed, what clients need to know or understand, the education that's needed at this phase of the project. While discussing these topics isn't always comfortable or fun, the key is to always be firm, fair, and friendly. Your clients will appreciate the level of professionalism and the clarity. Now, there are two different types of onboarding. There's internal onboarding and there's external onboarding. When creating a new client onboarding process, you need to focus on both of these things. External onboarding is what the client needs to set the project up for success. Internal onboarding is what you need as a service provider to provide a quality end product that delivers the results desired, along with a memorable experience. Now, external onboarding is the part of the process your clients see and experience. This includes items that they interact with, like the welcome note. Send them a welcome email and a welcome note by snail mail. This includes a kickoff call. It includes expectations and boundary settings, process review, extra training and education, your client discovery questionnaire. Many service providers make the mistake of sending the new client questionnaire first, right after the deposit is paid. But the problem with this approach is that the client isn't ready yet. They're not ready to answer that level of questions, so they feel overwhelmed and they set it aside to do it later. But later turns into a few days, which turns into a week, which turns into a month or more if it's not managed actively. Now notice, when I deliver an onboarding system, my client discovery questionnaire was last. It's not first. When I noticed that multiple projects were encountering delays because of delayed client intake forms, I reached out to find out what was going on. And my clients shared that oftentimes this was the first time they were being asked to think about their business in this way or to think about it this deeply. And because they didn't feel prepared to answer some of the questions, they procrastinated, some big time. After hearing that, I overhauled my client intake process. I moved the client questionnaire to the end of my onboarding system and gave them some educational materials first to help clients learn more about websites and what makes a website successful, and to start thinking about their business and their brand more strategically. By shifting my approach and providing education before the questionnaire, the delays my projects were suffering disappeared. Clients felt better equipped to answer my questions, and in fact, many clients have shared that simply filling out that questionnaire gave them so much clarity about their business that that part alone was worth their entire investment. Internal onboarding is the part of the process that you see and experience. This includes all the items behind the scenes, like getting your client added to your CRM system and tagging them with the appropriate tags, writing the welcome card and setting up the welcome sequence, hosting the kickoff call, getting them added into your project management system, setting up a development account, getting them added to a project list. These are all the things that you have to do behind the scenes to onboard that client and to get that project going. The thing to remember about onboarding is that it establishes common ground, right? It's important to remember that your clients don't have your expertise or background. This might be their very first time ever hiring a professional designer or developer, or their first time ever building a website, and more than likely, they're a bit nervous. An onboarding system with simple, clear communication is the key to quickly establishing common ground, to providing the client extra education to help them feel comfortable, empowered, and excited about the project, and to recap the scope of work, the process, and what comes next. Once again, onboarding welcomes your client, gets them up to speed, and prepares them for the rest of your work together. If you're ready to add a powerful onboarding system to your web design business, but you don't want to do all the work to create it yourself, I invite you to check out Profitable Project Plan, which includes my entire onboarding system, already created, ready to use, and done. You just need to customize it for your business, your brand, and your clients. Thank you so much for being here today. If you want more videos like this, don't forget to subscribe to this channel. And until next time, have a great day.